Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the AI Sports Show. It's just A today, no I. I just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about this Bucks game we saw this evening. What I liked, what I disliked, a couple points that I wanted to bring up that I saw that could be nothing or could be a lot. Let's just jump right into it. Boston came right out of the gate. Shooting lights out. It looked like it was going to be one of those games. Jason Tatum couldn't miss in the first quarter. Peyton Pritchard had a really good start to the game. We made a lot of our shots too, don't get me wrong, but it just looked like it was going to be one of those games that they made everything and we didn't make jack shit. One thing I noticed right away, obviously, Drew Holiday was gone. Giannis Antetokounmpo was gone. That changes everything. But the Celtics had Jaylen Brown on Damian Lillard to start the game. And for most of it, actually. I don't know if that's going to be a norm in a potential playoff series. I say potential. We're going to see them in the playoffs. We're going to meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's just going to happen. It's fine. But that I found really interesting because you're giving up speed, but you're gaining size. But that also leaves you smaller in the backcourt against us, especially if we go large with Bobby and Brooke and Giannis all on the court together. So, like I said, it could be nothing. Because you would think if Drew Holiday was healthy, he would probably be guarding him. But it was an interesting one, and Dame was guarded by him most of the game, and Dame still had a great game. He finished with 32, 4 and 6. Got a steal and a block in there. It's weird seeing him get a block, but that was dope. Chris Middleton, he played over 30 minutes. That was surprising. Just the second game back from his injury. 22 points, 6 and 6, 72% field goal percentage. I mean, you can't ask for better than that, especially coming back from injury, but he definitely looks like himself. He brings, obviously, a lot in offense, a lot of playmaking ability, but his defense is something I saw that I really, really liked. He was guarding Tatum most of the second half, and Tatum ended up with 31 points, but in the second half, I mean, he played most of it, and he only had 8 points. You take away free throws, and he had 2 points in the entire second half. This is supposed to be an MVP? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. No, he had to get bailed out by Porzingis on like a 12-footer that he completely bricked. And without KP there, it's a different game. Obviously, that's why you have Kristaps Porzingis to rebound. And other than that, he can't really do much. But Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter was 1 for 6 on field goals and 0 for 2 from 3. He needed to have Derek White fucking bail him out time and time again. And Derek White isn't going to have this type of game in a playoff series. He might have one, might have two, but 23, 5, and 8, that's not going to happen. And he didn't even have that good of a field goal percentage, only shot 47%, 4 for 11 from 3. And then Peyton Pritchard, that little shit couldn't fucking miss. That was annoying. Fucking 5 for 8 from 3. Little heat check there in the second quarter. Giving Gallo the business. Gallo was right in his face, and that was great defense. Don't get me wrong, but Peyton gave it to him. But again, are you really going to see Peyton Pritchard get 5 of 8 in a 7-game series? Maybe once. Like, okay, have it. Jaylen Brown had a really underrated game. You don't see a lot of it, but he played really good defense on Dame. Dame obviously still had a good game, but the fact that Brown could keep up with him, I wanted to shout out and give respect to, because it's hard to keep up with Dame, especially when you're giving up speed on him. And for the most part, Jaylen Brown did pretty good. Another great Bobby Portis game. He had a couple little heat checks there. That fourth quarter he had, man, 14 points, 7 rebounds. He was a difference maker. Great double-double. Ended up with 24 and 15. He's good. And he's going to be a big part of our playoff rotation. Against this Boston team, I really like what he brings. He can give Horford the business. He can give KP the business. And you still got Giannis and Brook right there as well. So I think if you compare backcourt to backcourt, we beat them pretty easily. I know Horford had a great game. It's in Boston. He's gonna get his. He didn't miss, but he only took 3 shots in 38 minutes. So it was mostly just his presence. He finished 8, 4, and 4. Like, all right. But I thought it seemed like he scored more than that. But I don't know. It could have just been the timing of those. But just seeing, yes, this is a loss. It sucks. Is there moral victories in the NBA? I don't know. If it were up to me, yes. Because you look back on the game in Milwaukee, and we're kicking Boston's ass, giving them the business, and they sit their starters coming out of the second half, and they take it off of national broadcast. What? Meanwhile, we're down 21 late in the third, and we give it to them, and we almost come back and win the fucking game. Some teams are just made different. And that's fine. It's whatever. This was the third matchup against these guys. The next one, it's going to be in mid-April. It's not going to matter for the Celtics. They're going to have the 1 seed locked up. It might matter for the Bucks on that 2-3-4 line, because you got the Knicks coming in hot. They've been playing really well. They're just getting healthy. But if they can stay healthy, I think they could hop us potentially, because they have a much easier schedule. So that's something you got to watch for. So it might matter for us, but it will not matter for Boston. So not seeing Giannis and not seeing Drew in this game was a little bit of a down for me. I was really looking forward to this game. But the fact that we were without Giannis and they were without Drew, obviously Giannis is better than Drew. And Doris Burke. Oh my God, she's an idiot. Compared it like it was the same caliber player. Not the fucking case at all. Giannis is the best player in the NBA, and Drew Holiday, given, great player. Love the guy. We'll always love the guy, but he is not Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm sorry. He's just not. So comparing the two and saying, oh, it kind of evens it out. No, it fucking doesn't. No, it doesn't. When you're not playing against the best player on the planet, it gets a little easier, and they only won by 3. Said it once, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until we beat them in the playoffs. The Boston Celtics don't scare me. They don't. Their MVP they got there, he shrinks in the fourth quarter. In the second half. You take away free throws, he's got 2 fucking points. He needed Peyton Pritchard and Devin White to fucking bail him out time and time again. Missed a 12-foot jump shot, and KP comes in and cleans it up for him. He's not good. I think he'll win a championship eventually, but it won't be because of him. I don't think he can be the best player on a championship team. It's always the guys around him that's bringing him up. I mean, the guy averaged, 20 points in the finals over a 6-game series? Shrinks shrinks. They don't scare me. And honestly, I don't even care if the Bucks fall to the 4 or 5 line, because then we'd beat them sooner. We'd see them sooner. Cool. Let's get them out of the fucking way. And then on the other side, we'll see Miami. We'll see the Knicks. I really don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers could get there. Maybe, but I don't see it happening. But sure, fall to the 4. We'll beat you sooner. Have home court. We don't care. And the 2 games that have been at TD Garden, we've lost by a total of 6 points in 2 games. 3-point losses each one. You don't scare me. And in the game in Milwaukee, yo bitch asses couldn't even fucking play a second half. So, I don't know. Again, moral victory, cool. Would have been nice to get the win. That tic-tacky foul on Malik Beasley kind of sucked. It didn't cost us the game, but it came at a really shitty time. And you just wish that it wouldn't have happened, because Boston didn't lose possession or anything. I feel like you just let the guys play and let Tatum brick another shot. I mean, yeah. Tatum doesn't scare me. Boston Celtics don't scare me. I think we match up really well against them, and I think they know that. Every time the Bucks got close, it seemed like the Celtics went on a run, but we stayed resilient, we stayed down, and we kept fucking going. Like I said, down 21 late in the game. We could have just laid down. Kind of like the Celtics did in Milwaukee. At halftime. But no, Doc gave it to him. Gave him business, and we almost came out with a win. I mean, Bobby Portis hit those 2 in a row. It's like, we might get this. Really brought you right back into it. Like, that fourth quarter was awesome. That fourth quarter is proof alone as to why we're going to beat them in a series. And I know I said Bucks in 6, but I think it might happen sooner than 6. I don't know. I didn't want to say 5, but it might be 5. Because you lose by 3 both games. Each game, Boston had somebody going off. Al Horford isn't going to hit all of his shots next time. KP is so fucking annoying. He's not even good. Tatum, like I said, had 31, but most of that was in the first half, and you take away free throws in the fourth quarter, you had 2 points. That's your superstar. Your superstar had 2 points, not counting free throws, in a quarter that the Bucks outscored the Celtics by a lot. By a lot. And God, that was fun to fucking see, man. Yeah, outscored them by 15. 36-21. And your best player, your MVP, your generational talent, had 2 points. 2 points, and that was on a blow-by layup when Malik Beasley couldn't play defense, and he didn't get much help. Take that away, he didn't score in the second half, other than free throws. He played 19 of the 24 minutes, and he could muster up 2 points. Needed all these guys around him to pick him up and make shots that they're not going to make again. I like what I saw. I really do. The resiliency was awesome. And just wanted to shout out thank you to the Miami Heat for beating the Cavaliers for us, keeping us a game ahead of them in the standings. The Suns beat the 76ers. That doesn't mean much. The 76ers would not have caught us, but it keeps them around that 7-6 area, which I think could be a potential first-round matchup for us. I think it'd be a fun one. We'd finally get Joel Embiid versus Giannis in the playoffs. And Joel would be fresh. So there wouldn't be any fucking excuse on, I couldn't play or yada, yada, yada. Like, dude, you've been fucking resting for the last month. So he'll be ready to fucking go. But with that, I mean, I don't think they care, and they shouldn't, but I don't think it matters who the Bucks play or how they play them or how it lands. Because obviously Chicago and Atlanta, neither one of them is going to make it. I think the top 8 are going to be in the playoffs, and the way it sits right now, Milwaukee would play Miami in the first round. Miami beat us last year in the first round. I want to see them again. Giannis was out over half the fucking series, and Miami's just a better team. No. Giannis is healthy in that series, we win it, and we go to the finals just like Miami did. And then the next round, Cleveland would be playing the Indiana Pacers in the first round. I think Cleveland takes that in 5. Okay. I think we beat Cleveland in 5. I wouldn't say 4. They'll get a game. Donovan Mitchell will get us a game. And honestly, I would rather see the Knicks in that second round, because I don't want any reason for people to say, you had it easy. Like, no. I want to see the Heat. I want to see the Knicks, and I want to see the fucking Celtics. I want the hardest possible road there. And then when we get there, I want to see Jokic and the fucking Nuggets. So Giannis can show the entire world that he is the best player in the NBA. In which I think he will. But these playoffs are going to be fun, man. They really are. There's so many different matchups that could fall in any way. The New York Knicks are the 4 seed. They're only 2.5 games behind the Bucks. The Bucks may very well fall into that because they still have a really hard schedule, and obviously doesn't seem like they care about seeding. Otherwise, Giannis probably would have played tonight. I don't think they care about who they play, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. It was just like in 2021 when they won. I don't remember exactly how it laid, but they could have missed the Miami Heat by losing, but instead they started all our guys. We won, and we played Miami. We swept the motherfuckers. Fully healthy, and we sweep them. Yes, they're a different team, but when this Bucks team is fully healthy, they're a championship team. Last year, what happened? Giannis got hurt. Year before that, Chris was hurt. So Drew Holiday was your second option against the Celtics. And we took him to 7. Now I say we, it was just Giannis. Giannis fucking willed us to 7 games. And without Grant Williams fucking turning into a prime Kobe Bryant and making fucking all the threes in the goddamn world, we win that series. And Chris comes back and we win the title. Fight me. I don't care. I don't care. Year before that, we won the championship. Year before that, bubble. We weren't fully healthy there either. Giving respect to Miami, they played a damn good series, but when we're healthy, we're winning. And seeing Chris Middleton like he was tonight, the NBA better be fucking scared. Because that's him off an injury. He didn't play for 6 weeks. In these first 2 games, the Suns, they don't play defense. They're an offensive team and only an offensive team. So it was nice to see him do great in that game, but I really was looking forward to this game where he was actually going to face a good defense, one of the best in the NBA, if I remember correctly. And he still cooked. He still had a great game. And that should scare the fuck out of the rest of the NBA. not much else happened around the NBA tonight. Warriors beat the Grizzlies, Clippers beat the Blazers, Pacers beat the Pistons, Heat beat the Cavs, Kings beat the Raptors, and Thunder beat the Jazz. That pretty boring night other than the Bucks Celtics game. Suns 76ers, that probably would have been a fun one to watch, not gonna lie, but yeah, Boston. We'll see you soon in a couple weeks for a game that doesn't fucking matter. And we'll see you in what? Late May, I think the conference finals will be. Or hell, maybe in early May in the second round. But either way, we're beating you. So just be ready for that. And then before we head out on this solo episode, I told you guys I would give you my bracket and how that all lays. Definitely no expert in any way, shape, or form. But let's create a bracket. Let's have some fun. I'll just go through mostly my top 16, and I'll go through a couple upsets that I saw or that I like. The first round, there's gonna be a couple of them. I think UAB takes it. San Diego State. Drake is gonna beat Washington State. Look out for Grand Canyon versus St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's wins that game, but New Mexico is gonna beat Clemson. NC State's gonna beat Texas Tech. Samford's gonna beat Kansas. Kansas is hurt. You can't really blame them. Oregon's going to beat South Carolina. And that's about it for my upsets in the first round. But I really don't want to pick UConn as repeat champions, but they're just so fucking good. The game against Auburn in the Sweet 16 is going to be a really, 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 really fun one. And then whoever they get in the Elite Eight, whether it's Illinois or Iowa State, again, is going to be a great fucking game. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Iowa State takes that game. Iowa State should have been a 1 seed. North Carolina shouldn't have been. They got screwed by getting put in this gauntlet of a fucking region with UConn, Auburn, Illinois. But I think Iowa State comes out of that and shocks the fucking world. I think North Carolina is the first 1 seed to fall. I think they fall in the 8-1 matchup against Mississippi State. And that's all she wrote. They shouldn't have been a 1. And they get that cupcake-ass schedule. Or bracket, I should say. I think Arizona comes out of that bracket. They beat Alabama to go on to the Final Four. Obviously, this is a Wisconsin sports podcast, so I'm going to be a little bit of a homer, and I don't care. I'm going to ride this Wisconsin wave. I think Wisconsin beats James Madison convincingly. Then they'll play Duke. Get a little revenge from that title game from a couple years back. Holy shit, that was 9 years ago. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. I think they beat Duke, and then Duke gets them ready for the big bad Houston. And I think we take that game. Another fun matchup in the Sweet 16 will be Kentucky versus Marquette. Whoever comes out of that matchup will be a very dangerous team for Wisconsin, but I took Marquette. Again, a homer. I'm a Wisconsin fan, but I root for Marquette as well. A little bit of a rematch from earlier this year, Wisconsin versus Marquette. I'm taking Wisconsin. Just riding the wave. I don't care. Then we get into the Midwest with Purdue. I don't like Purdue. Zach Edey doesn't... There's nothing he does that, like, I see and it's like, wow, he's so good. You fucking blow wind at the guy and he gets a whistle. It's fucking annoying. But I think they go decently far because they have a really easy pull. They got the 4 seed Kansas. They're hurt. They're going to get beat by Samford. Gonzaga's a fun team, but I think they lose that game. Oregon's going to beat South Carolina, like I said, but I think Creighton takes care of them pretty convincingly in the round of 32. And then I got Creighton beating Tennessee, and then Creighton beating Purdue. So you got Creighton versus Wisconsin, and we got Arizona versus Iowa State. I think Iowa State beats Arizona, and I think, as much as I hate to say it, Creighton ends Wisconsin's run in the Final Four. Play Iowa State. And I'm crowning Iowa State as my national champion. I'm not. I can't pick UConn. I just can't. I don't like repeat winners. I don't like that shit. If they win, cool. Congratulations. Good for them. They're by far the best fucking team. Everyone expects them to fucking win. They're the most popular pick to win, and then Houston is a second to that. But Iowa State beat the piss out of Houston in their championship game. And Houston had shit to play for because they didn't know if they were going to get that one spot or not. Might have been locked down already. Obviously it was, but they still had something to play for. You don't just lay down in your conference championship. You're trying in that game, and they got slaughtered. So I like Iowa State after winning their tournament. Giving me some Kemba Walker vibes from UConn from, what was that, like the 2011? That awesome fucking run. But I'm very, very, very excited for these first games. They start tomorrow morning. And bring on the fucking madness. And tell me who you guys think will win. I'll take anybody. If you just tell me UConn, I'll just say that you're just boring. Be fun. It's March. Let a little madness into your life. But thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. And thank you for listening to me ramble for the last almost half hour. Talking by myself, to myself the entire time. I will do this a couple more times here and there, breaking down games like I did tonight. Like I said, there was just those things I wanted to touch base on and point out. But happy March Madness. And I'll talk to you guys soon.